about the audio. It is loud in here. This is a loud car and it is raining, so I've got to keep the window open to stop the thing. Do you put a steaming up the windscreen? But who cares, man? What a car! I didn't really fancy going to the workshop today and being in there all day in the rain. I fancied getting out for a bit, and this is a video that I've been waiting to do for a little while because the Mini is finished. And when I say finished, I mean finished in a big way. This is one of the best cars I've ever driven, I've ever done, I've ever been anywhere near. It is a bit of kit. Oh my god, I love it! Oh, I can't get enough. But I want to go somewhere special today, somewhere that I think this car deserves to be taken as somewhere that I haven't been in maybe 15, 20 years, and that is Evo Triangle. Evo Triangle is a section of road in Cerrig-y-Drudion, North Wales, that is shaped like a triangle, and I think a few years ago they ruined it by putting average speed cameras on it, but before they did that, it was like the most amazing road you've ever been on in your life. It was so much fun to drive on. If you ever do any PC gaming and you go on like Assetto Corsa mods, you can download a really good sort of track of it, you know, that someone's recreated, and it is decent. But doing the actual one back in the day before the cameras, phenomenal. I remember there's a lake near it, and I remember I had a Citroen Saxo VTR, and I remember the Saxos used to do this thing because of the rear beam, the axle, if your little sort of brake compensator didn't work properly, when you braked and the car pitched like this, the rear tyres would lock up and it'd just send you into a spin. And it did that on Evo Triangle when I was on it next to a lake, and I thought very much that was it, but it wasn't. I managed to get it back on the black stuff and everything was okay, but it was just such a great track. If I was a multi-billionaire, I would buy it off Wales and turn it into the British version of the Nürburgring, you know? So good. Bloody hell. So when you last saw the car, I'd finished painting it, I'd finished doing a few bits to it, and the reassembly was pretty much done, and then all that was needed was for Ben, who is a very good friend of mine from Ben's Trim, and he is a world-class vehicle retrimmer, and he has done everything on this car. So we fitted the headline in for me initially, and then we redid a couple of bits on the seats, mainly the gold seams. So the gold seams that you can see on everything are replaced the red seams, and on the pipes on the seat was like red pipes and stuff. Didn't look good at all.
At Vickers Cross, take the first exit onto the A55 slip road to North Wales, Wrexham.
Nice. Thanks, sat nav. Remember to put you on silent next time. But yeah, so he's done everything, and then he redid the steering wheel. It's an original like old Mountney steering wheel. I really like it. Love Mountney stuff. And yeah, he completely retrimmed that for me and did the gold stitch as well to match the stripes that go along the side of the car. And I wanted something that was just going to finish it off and just make it that little bit more pizzazz and just individual, because it's a very individual car, this. And that was the glove box lid. Now he's managed to do like an embossed 1400 GT, and then do a lovely little bit of stitching across it to really sort of show it off. And wow, I love being in here. I love what Ben's done. I've got a little DAB digital radio. I've got Bluetooth for my tunes. The speakers in it are really good. Everything's clean and just perfect, and it's not that loud when you're in it. I'm only sort of speaking loudly now so you can clearly hear me on camera, but you could have a normal conversation in the car. got in it a competition gearbox and clutch, which means that it's great fun through the gears, and it's low. It is very, very low geared, so it will redline, the engine will redline at about 90 mile an hour. So fantastic for little twisties. Not so great on the big straights, but minis aren't. That's just, you know, that's what they're all about. Burst of acceleration, tremendous grip, and the ultimate sort of driving hatchback. Forget your fucking Golf GTIs and that. Just put a decent engine in one of these and this will wipe the floor with them around the twisties. So this has got the 1400 mini sport engine, the red engine. I can't remember the horsepower off the top of my head, but I think it's something like 600. And it's amazing. It is so good. It's just ultra revvy.
In 2 miles, at junction 38, take the...
And if you want to, from a standing start, it'll spin up in first, second, third, fourth, all the way. Cracking little thing. And it's only got a little single SU carb on it, but it's just set up really, really well. Now, in the channel, you didn't see this car originally. I bought this car probably about a year maybe before I started doing the YouTube channel. So the total restoration of this has taken me roughly, I don't know, 18 months, a couple of years or something, but it's been the most in-depth restoration I've ever done. The paintwork on it, phenomenal paintwork. So after I'd finished it, so my whole idea when I was doing the paintwork is I wanted it to be a metallic pearlescent colour, and I wanted it to be like glass. I didn't want any sort of factory orange peel or anything. I wanted this thing like glass. So I took it to a friend of mine, Paul, Revolve Detail in Chester, and what a guy. He's again an excellent craftsman, just like Benny did the interior. So yeah, I took it to Paul from Revolve Detailing. He gave it a serious paint correction, went through the whole car and just made it that little bit more sort of no swirl marks and stuff, and just sort of, you know, I'd done a good job of it myself, but he sort of really took it over the line to make it pretty fucking special, you know. And he gave it some nice ceramic coating and things, so I can take it out in the rain and just enjoy myself without going, oh no, my car, it's going to dissolve. I mean, it will dissolve eventually because it's a Mini, but I'll just enjoy it until it does. Oh God, what have I done to deserve such a vehicle? It's really wet. I wish it wasn't as wet as this though. A nice dry day would have been more fun, I think, but I don't know, it's an adventure, isn't it? Paul was also good enough to take me for a little spin in one of my dream cars that he owns, the Mitsubishi 3000 GT, and I think it's the phase 1 manual twin turbo. Oh, what a nice thing. But yeah, he took me for a spin. Shifts for its age, doesn't it? That's epic. The weather is changing. Fantastic news, and we're on the twisties heading towards Evo Triangle. My first stop is Llynbredig, which is on the Evo Triangle route, and I thought there might be somewhere nice there to pull over and talk about this wonderful car. An interesting thing though, the average speed cameras have started already and we're nowhere near there. These roads are amazing. I want to thrash this around these roads, and I can't because it's 50 mile an hour everywhere. God, come on! Such a shame. The Welshman, what are they doing? They hate cars. Welsh Welsh Government hates cars. See the new 20 mile an hour thing? What the fuck is that all about? Awful decision. Awful decision. Cars don't want to do 20 mile an hour. They do not, honestly, they do not want to do 20 mile an hour. 30's, you know, not great. Most economical speed for cars like 55 or something to get there and all that sort of stuff, but yeah. Oh, Jesus, right. Anyway, we're so close. Childish, I know, but we're just at a traffic light and there is a clear bit of road ahead. Oh my God! Ah. It's pretty wild out there. This is like I tried to. I was going to pull over and talk to you all about the car, but it is so windy out there. Whew. I've just been to try and put this machine on the window to get some footage of Evo Triangle for you, and the weather has changed again. So there's, I can't do it because it'll just get wet and it'll, you know, short circuit. I don't know, do they do that? I'm not sure. So problem, but I'm going to go for a few miles now and I'm going to show you what it's like from inside the car. This wind is ferocious. It's pushing the Mini round everywhere. Oh my God. Nicer weather that way, so it might be a bit better when we get further round. Now this bit that we're on here, I would call the unofficial start. It's the closest point to Chester, and it's the bit where you go the slowest. And I'll put a little picture of a map up so you can see where we are. And then you go around this corner, and down here you've got a massive long straight. And when I say a massive long straight, I mean a massive long straight. What's a long straight at the Nürburgring's a shame. But average speed camera, so it's going to be dead boring. So I'll show you a bit of it, and then we'll meet again when we get to the end. Unless you want to see it all. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll speed it up a bit for you, hey? Make it look like we're doing 100 mile an hour. Awesome. Now we're still on the average speed check, but I'm going to find somewhere to pull over and I'm going to sort the camera out and get a bit of a better angle, I think. Bloody hell, this is all coming back now. All coming back. So much fun, so much. It's the absolute most fun road in the world, this. Just goes on for miles, you can see it forever. For ages. Some of the best elevation changes as well, you know. Real ups and downs, dips and peaks. Just fantastic. I'm obviously not going hell for leather on this car, you know. I mean, I still want to use this thing afterwards, or I don't know, maybe even, heaven forbid, sell it, but I don't know, I can kind of do with the money at the moment, and it would be a great boost to the cash flow. So I would like to keep it in one piece, but I'm just enjoying myself. It's fun to drive at 60, you know. I don't think they've ruined Evo Triangle. They've sort of brought it down a peg or two, but if you're just here to just go around some corners, look at some nice scenery, I still think it's a nice place to come. You should definitely try it if you've got something, a bit of fun, or anything. This just being one big racetrack. I mean, that'd be incredible, wouldn't it? And look, I mean, they're not using it, are they? There's nobody here. I don't know if you can see it, but that car went up there then. This is the end of the second leg of the triangle. So we go now into the more wooded area, the forest area, which is really, really cool. But it's all cool. You know, there's a temptation to just pull the handbrake here, isn't there? So I will. This bit reminds me of Germany quite a lot. Reminds me of the Nürburgring. See how it's the same as the Nürburgring with the weather as well. It can be bone dry in one part, or you know, a bit damp in one part and absolutely pissing it down in the other. Totally missable experience. The absolute best. Love it. I properly love it. Great car. This is where I nearly crashed in that Saxo. Whoa! takes it a little bit better. Nearly coming up on the end of Evo Triangle. Let me know what you thought of it. Let me know if you thought it was good. Let me know what you think of this bloody Mini as well, you know. Tell me if you like it or not. And just think about how much money the Nürburgring makes and what would happen if they organised this set of roads like the Nürburgring, moved a few people away, gave them tons of money, millions of pounds for their house, put some pits there, put some hotels, did some road racing here. You know, you could just bring millions upon millions into this sort of local economy, but the question you've got to ask yourself is, do they want that? I don't think they necessarily do. Let me know if you enjoyed this video as well, and I apologise that it wasn't exactly what I had in mind. I was expecting some sort of, you know, a pint outside a pub in the sun, and it's just very wet and very windy. But this is what we do. And I want to say a big thank you to the new subscribers on Patreon who have essentially paid for me to have a day off so I can come and do this. As a few of you in the comments of the last video, which was the second video on the MR2, that jumped into the description there and saw the PayPal link and sent me a couple of quid, which massively helps, like you wouldn't believe. Been able to go and get some new stuff, a couple of nice new tools for me to use. So yeah, look, I'm totally appreciative of you all. And these are the new Patreonaires on the side of the Mini. And yeah, again, thanks very much. Thanks for all your support, and we're getting very close, dangerously close to 20,000 subscribers, which is where I wanted to be by the end of this year. So, got a few months to go yet. Right, see you in the next video.